In just 1 week, the foreclosure and eviction moratorium put in place by the CDC is going to expire. Or is it?
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
Hey, I'm Barry Cunningham, and I'm a real estate investor here in South Florida, and I'm talking about the CDC eviction moratorium that's due to expire in less than 7 days. Yep, March 31st, it's over. But is it? And I say that because it seems as though things are beginning to change. It seems as though, a week or two, nobody was really looking at this closely. It was just, hey, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But on Friday, the government filed a review proposal to update the order, and people started taking notice. And now it's really begun taking some steam up behind it, as even the Biden administration has begun talking about it. So let me show you the review site first so you can see for yourself how this thing has begun to pick up steam and how it's probably going to be extended. This site here is the Office of Management and Budget with the Biden administration. It's where all things get approved, where all the rules and orders that they do by executive action and by decree end up coming in for various review period, and then they become an order. So if you look at this and you scroll down, and as you scroll down to Department of Health and Human Services, you can see it right here, HHS-CDC, which is the temporary halt in evictions to prevent the further spread of COVID-19. It was placed on March 18th. So that was last Friday, I believe. March 18th, they began submitting this new order for review. And as you can see, it's still in the status of pending review. So that means it's imminent. Something is going to happen, because since this is just an update, they're not going to have to go through the full review process. They're only going to have to update the things that they change. And being that it's been 6 days since they uploaded it, there's probably a few significant changes. And I would think one of those changes is going to be in regards to how they deal with holdover tenants, people whose leases have expired. Something tells me they're going to underscore that it means everybody. And at that point, evictions and foreclosures are basically stopped, banned, moratorium is put on it, and nothing's going to happen with these cases until this thing ends. So I did a quick search, and when I did the search, up came, CNBC, Bay News 9, and the Washington Post. And these publications here are now beginning to publicize, hey, it looks pretty much like it's going to happen, guys. It's pretty much going to happen. Nobody wants to be absolute yet because they don't want to be proven wrong, but I'm seeing the word likely. And then look at this one. This one here from the Washington Post popped up this morning, only 5 hours ago. And it says the Biden administration eyes extended ban on renter evictions as stimulus delays and landlord lawsuits loom. If you've been following along, then you know as well that many states, I won't say many, a few states have gone and tried to sue to allow landlords to continue with evictions. A couple of them have won, but they're declaratory judgments, meaning it's only for the plaintiffs in that specific suit. There's been no national injunction put in place. This thing is probably going to go to the Supreme Court. It's crazy, absolutely crazy what's going on, but it's going to get crazier, because if this thing happens, I want to show you what their plan is. It says the Biden administration is weighing whether to extend a soon expiring federal policy that prohibits landlords from evicting their cash-strapped tenants. And they're estimating there might be 10 million families. So that might be more than 2 or 3 people in a family. It could be 30 million people who have fallen behind on their rent, who are exposed, who may have to go out and become homeless. So what's the Biden administration looking to do? The extension under discussion could run at least through July. At least through July. Think about that for a second. We're talking it's mid-March. No, it's March 24th right now. We're talking 4 more months at minimum. 4 more months at minimum. I've been telling you, and I've been saying it, I've been screaming from the rooftops. If you're in real estate, forget flipping, forget all that craziness. Start looking at Section 8 rentals. The government is going to pay the rent, the monthly gig for people who move into these homes. It's coming. They're going to do vouchers for all, just like they're trying to do Medicare for all. They're going to do vouchers for all. Think I'm kidding? Start looking at some of these low-income housing websites, and you're going to see that they're talking about that. So now they don't expect, landlords to sit idly by and not get any money. No, of course not. So what have they done? They've distributed $47 billion. $47 billion to people who haven't been able to pay their rent. Landlords can get up to 12 months, depending on where you are, up to 12 months of back rent and 3 months of future rent. All you've got to do is play ball. If you work with the tenant and then tell the government, hey, Mr. Smith here hasn't paid me for 9 months. And what am I supposed to do? Just go on, no, we got you. We got you. We're going to cut you a check and on behalf of Mr. Smith, and we're going to pay you. But some landlords are freaking out and they don't want to participate. Well, those are the ones who are going to lose. This is what your opportunity is. If you live in Boca like I do, and you think you've got this pristine property and not going to have neighbors that you don't find desirable, wake up. It's coming. The affordable housing push that Biden has been talking about since before he was elected. It's on his website. He said he was going to begin providing vouchers for everyone. Everyone. Obviously, people who are in bad position, but if there's 10 million people in bad position, these people are going to come in with a voucher in hand and say, I want to rent this place. Well, I don't want to take Section 8. I don't really care. I dare you to refuse these people with vouchers. I dare you. So instead of fighting it, one of the things I did a talk on a couple of weeks ago was I told somebody, swim with the sharks. Don't swim against them. Swim with them. If the government wants to pay the rent, take the rent. That's your income right now. It's better than having to wait 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more months. This thing may not end anytime soon. They do not want people evicted during the pandemic. People evicted during the pandemic are not going to be able to find someplace else to move to. There's going to be a scarlet letter on their credit report saying they've been evicted. So what's going to happen? The government has to step in. And it looks like they're going to step in a big way. We're going to know in the next, I won't say 7 days, we're going to know within the next 3 or 4 days. So when we find out what happens and the order actually drops, I'm going to jump back on and make a quick video about it. But until then, start looking at properties that you can rent and cash flow, because you're not even going to have to rely on the renter for that money. The government's going to pay you. Talk to you soon.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.